Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or hello if you're new. My name's Aranza, and for today's video I have a story time for you that actually happened last summer, so I thought what better time to share it than now. It's actually about this piercing up here. As you can see, I have 8 piercings. I have 3 down here, 1 up here, 3 down here, and 1 here. And I love them to death. I think they look great. I think they're really cool, and for me they were totally worth it. And if you're thinking of getting a piercing, I would really recommend to keep on watching so you can keep these things in mind. So let's just get started. So I got this piercing around, let me think, I know it was around the summer, but I don't remember exactly like what month. I believe it was probably mid-July when I got it, and I did this with my brother. Keep in mind that my parents didn't know that we were going to get them, so we went in kind of a little secret, like no one knew that we were going to go get them. So we got them. It was great. For me, it was worth it. The pain, to be honest, for me it wasn't that bad. It was more me being scared of it and just being nervous. And the way I got it done, it was with the little piercing gun, and that kind of like scared me a little bit, but it was honestly not that bad at all. The pain didn't last that long. It was just like the moment it got done, it was really quick, and like I said, for me it was totally worth it. Our story begins a couple weeks after me and my brother got it done. We were very excited, we were very happy with it, and around this time we were in London for Fashion Week. We were so excited for that, and if you want me to share what that was like, leave it in the comments down below so I can give you another story time about Fashion Week and what that was like. I was very excited, very happy to be there, very ecstatic. I was very excited and happy to be there, and me and my brother really wanted to change our piercing. We had a little stud and we wanted to change it to a hoop. As you can see right now, I have a hoop, but when I first got it done, I had a little stud like this one, the third one right here. That's the same one I had up here, and it was actually really hard to take off by yourself. And me and my brother were looking at each other like, well, I can't do it, you can't do it, help me take it off so I can change it. He asked me if I wanted to take it off for him. I said, no, you just take it off for me and let's exchange it. So he did. He took it off, and then he tried to put in the hoop. It didn't work. For some reason he couldn't put it all the way through, and my ear started bleeding, and he started freaking out. And he was like, you know what, no, let's just put the other one back in, and that's that. And so we thought. The next day I wake up feeling a little weird. I felt like my neck was kind of like, I don't know, feeling a little hard, and my ear was a little red and hard, and I wasn't feeling the best. But I got through my day, everything was fine, and that was it. The next day I woke up again and my ear was a little swollen, and I was just getting a little worried. So I googled what to do to take the swelling down, and it said that I had to clean it because the wound could get infected. So I did. It said to use warm salt water, and I cleaned it. I think I did that for about 2 days. What I was wondering was that if I had to take it out to clean it, and it didn't really specify anything about taking it off, so I just kept it in. And that's what you're technically supposed to do if you didn't take it out the first time. This is very normal. If your ear gets a little red and you start feeling it getting hard and a little swollen, that's totally normal, because that happened with this one. And when that happened, I was very, very scared because I thought I was going to get infected too. It didn't. I just cleaned it with salt and I took care of it, and it went away in 3 days. But this one, because I took it beforehand, the infection was already started. Like, salt water wouldn't help it at all. Yes, I was cleaning it, but it was already too late because I took it off and didn't clean the earring when I put it back in. The infection was there, if that makes sense. But at the time we didn't know it was infected. We just thought it was swollen because of the piercing, because we just thought it was healing. So we didn't really think much of it. We kept going throughout our day. Everything was fine. I was so excited to go to the shows and see the runway. It was so exciting, but feeling the best. I started to get headaches, and then all this side of my face would just feel weird, and my ear was very red and swollen, and I just started feeling bad. And at first my brother didn't think anything was wrong with me. When I would tell him like my head hurts or I think I'm getting a fever, or at first he was a little hesitant, but then he realized that I was serious. He started getting worried and like, what do? We have to clean it. Let's clean the wound. And that's how we started using the salt water. And for a while we thought everything was gonna be fine until it wasn't. My ears started getting really big. Big to the point where the piercing started sinking in and you couldn't see it anymore. And trust me, it was a freak out. We were both panicking. We were both in London. We were both alone we didn't know what to do. We were just freaking out, like freaking out. I felt so bad. I couldn't move. It was just so tiring. I was dead. I couldn't do anything. I was always tired. I had a headache. I was getting just sick. It was an infection and it started from my ear. It sucked. It was so bad. Looking back now, I honestly laugh about it, but it really did suck at the moment. So once we started realizing that the piercing was sinking in and that you could no longer see it, we were like, what the fuck? What do? We have to take it out, and we had to do it with tweezers. I was so scared. I could not believe that this had happened to me. Me and my brother were both freaking out. He doesn't really like to deal with blood and stuff like that, so he was very scared to do it. But I mean, we had to do it, so we went into the bathroom. Let me tell you the size of the bathroom. London is very beautiful and it has great views in the streets and everything's so nice and fancy. But the sizes of the hotels are usually this size. Well, obviously depending where you're staying, how much you're spending. But where we were staying, the bathroom was about this big. It was so small, all white, and I kid you not, a little blood seemed like Jason went in there and killed someone. Like, it was so much blood everywhere, let me just say that. So I remember my brother sitting down in the toilet and I had to put my head over his laps facing this way. I remember perfectly that I was so scared and that he just touched it and it hurt like bad. So I had a towel on my mouth and I was biting onto it and I was just freaking out. I could feel him hesitating and like being scared of hurting me, but he had to do it. Like, it was now or never. So he did. And that was it. And I was still crying and freaking out, and I was like, oh my god, just take it out, just please take it out, I'm so scared, blah 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 blah. And I was just crying and crying. He's like, it's over. I was like, it is? That's it? We're done? Okay, that wasn't so bad. The part of taking it out, the actual part of taking the piercing off with the tweezers, that wasn't bad at all. The problem was like him moving my ear or like tugging into it, that really did hurt. But once he took it out, that was it. Like, it was fine. I thought it would be so much worse, but it really wasn't. Now, the other thing that happened is that I now had an actual ear infection. It was already spreading. So this side of my face just felt weird and numb. I couldn't really move. Like, I would try to talk and I would just feel it drag to the side. It was such a weird experience. And my ear was still very red and swollen, and I was starting to get headaches, and I started getting a fever. I just didn't want to do anything. And by this time, my brother was like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. So I had to go to the doctor. I had to get prescribed an antibiotic, and that's like a very strong medicine. And you actually need a prescription and everything. You have to go see a doctor. The doctor told me, yes, your ear is infected, and thank God that you're taking this now because the infection could spread. It was a whole deal. Getting an ear infection is a big deal, and it is something that you should definitely go to the doctor to take care. So I did. We went to the doctor, and at first we were very like scared. Like, we were like, fuck, like she's gonna think we're dumb. Like, she's gonna ask us what happened, what we did, how it started. And it was our fault. We took it before time. I took the piercing before the wound was completely healed and then put it back in without disinfecting it. So that's why my ear got infected. So I was in London with a swollen ear, a headache, and not like I didn't want to do anything. Like I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go to the fashion shows anymore. I was just dead in the corner, just like dying, literally. Like this was my face most of the time, just like get me the fuck out of here. Like I didn't want to do anything anymore. We were there for his job. His job is going to these fashion shows and talking about them and promoting them and posting about them. And I took his pictures. And if I didn't go with him, then like I can't work. We went for a job and I couldn't do my job. So it's like, all right, what do I do? What do I do? Where can I go that is cheap, that I know how to move around, and that I speak the language? Well, we obviously speak English, but we rather speak Spanish. So the place he thought was Madrid. So we went to Madrid, and let me tell you, I fucking loved Madrid. It's so beautiful and I love the people, but that's besides the point. We stayed in Madrid for like a month and a half. We really did stay there for a long time. The first 2 months were the worst months of my life. I felt so bad. I remember getting to the hotel and just laying in the sofa and not moving for the rest of the day. And I remember my brother always telling me, take your medication, take the pill. Did you take the pill? Yes, I took the pill. Okay, come on, you have to eat now. I didn't even want to eat. This is how bad it was. This is how bad I felt. I didn't want to eat. And the infection, like I said, lasted about 2 weeks. And those 2 weeks, I just felt so bad. I didn't want to go out. I remember my brother would ask me, do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go have lunch or dinner? Let's go do something. We're in Madrid, for God's sake. Let's go outside. And I just couldn't. I really just didn't want to. And I really thought, like, it got to a point where I was like, oh my god, is my ear gonna fall off? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't feel myself getting better. I don't feel my ear getting smaller. I feel the headaches getting worse. I really got scared for a moment. And I remember my brother telling me, do you want me to tell mom? Like, do you want me to call her? Do you want to talk to her? I was like, no, don't tell her. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want her to know we got our ears pierced. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. Let's not tell her until I get better. So I just had to take my medication, take it one day at a time. I slept a lot. I really did. And that's pretty much it. I took my antibiotics, I cleaned it with salt water, and I tried to always keep my hair up because I didn't want my hair to get on my ear and get like the oils or more dirty. So always keep your hair out of your ear and not lay on it. All these little things to just keep it clean and protected. So that's what I would do, and I wouldn't move that much. I remember I would lay a lot and sleep a lot. Like I didn't want to do anything. But thank God it didn't last that long. I did get to enjoy Madrid, and my mom ended up going to visit us to Madrid, and obviously I ended up telling her the whole story. And now looking back at it, honestly, I laugh because it was all my fault, and it was something that I could have avoided easily if I wouldn't have taken it out. But you know me, I wanted to be cool and change it to a little hoop. If you're thinking of getting your ears pierced, make sure to wait a month until you change it. Make sure that your ear has healed. Make sure to clean your earrings before you put it in. When I got this one, like 3 days after, it started getting swollen and I started freaking out. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to go through this again, what the fuck. So I started cleaning it and I started cleaning it. I was freaking out. I was with a friend. I was like, oh my gosh, should I take it out? Like, I don't want it to swell and get big and get lost in there. And she's like, no, just keep it in and clean it and you'll be fine. And I was. If you're gonna get a piercing up here, keep in mind that it's very normal that it will get swollen and a little tender. That's normal. You just have to clean it with salt water and it'll be fine. And don't take the piercing off. That was my mistake. I took it off, and that's why my ear got infected. It wasn't healed properly. It wasn't ready for a new piercing. I didn't clean the piercing I put in. All those little things is what triggered my ear infection. But at the end of the day, I got my ear pierced again, so I don't think I learned much. I learned how to take care of my piercings, but it didn't scare me away from it. So if you really want to get a piercing, when you exchange it, make sure you clean the earring you're going to put in and you'll be fine. It's just about taking care of it and cleaning it out. And that's basically what I learned. I didn't get scared. That's the best part. That's like what's super funny to me, because I remember that I was so upset that I didn't have my piercing anymore. Like the little hole got closed, so I was so upset about that. I was like, oh my god, I don't have it anymore, and my brother did have it, and then he changed it to the hoop. I was like, that's so not fair. Like, I went through all of that and I don't have my ears pierced anymore. So I went back to the same place I got it pierced. I was like, you know what, I want to get my ear pierced again, and I got it pierced exactly in the same spot. So I got it pierced again, I believe in November. I kept it in for 6 months straight. I was that scared. I didn't want another infection, so I just let it heal, take its time, and then I took it off like a month ago, and then I changed it to a little hoop. And I love them. I really, really do like my piercings. My favorite piercing is definitely this one up here, and I think it's so cute and flattering. You guys know that I always have my hair down and curly and crazy, but lately, because of my piercings, I've been liking to have my hair up and like in a cute little ponytail like this one, so I can show off my piercings. I just think they're so cute and such a great way to accessorize. Like, if you have a really plain outfit and you can accessorize with your earrings, why not do it? Like, it's so fun. And to me, it was completely worth it. The pain wasn't that bad, and thankfully the infection didn't scare me away from piercings, because then I got this one. And my mom hasn't noticed that I got it. I told her, Mom, I'm going to the jewelry store where I usually get like my earrings and where I got my ears pierced, and she's like, alright honey, have fun. I went with a friend. She actually took us there, but she just dropped us off. So my friend gets there, she's like, oh, I want to get another piercing, but I don't know, I'm scared. I was like, you know what, I want another piercing, but I don't know where I want it. I was like, should I get one right here? She's like, yeah, that would look cute. So I did, and now I have it, and I think I got it like 2 weeks ago. So it's fairly new. I haven't exchanged it. I still clean it. Make sure to clean your piercings. Make sure to take them out as well. The earring itself could be a little heavy, so you don't want it to tuck in your ear and make the hole bigger. So I take the first 2 off every night. This one not yet, because I mean, it's one of the newest ones. This one I don't take it off at all because it's hard to take it off. Like the hoop, it's kind of hard to take it off. And this one I can't take it off yet. It's too new to take it off. So yeah, that's basically my story. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you learned something and felt entertained. Please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if you've ever gone through something like this and if you would get a piercing. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.